can't talk.
It's getting wicked over here.
Oh my gosh, bro.
It's crazy.
Stop, bro.
Stop. This stuff is not fake, brother.
Yo, so we're laughing about something totally different that will not be on this daggone podcast.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this.
Good night.
Look, man, the planet Earth is a crazy, crazy place.
It's treacherous, bro.
It is a wild place to be, brother.
Ah.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
CT.
CT?
Yeah.
When you say CT, what that mean?
Chocolate Thunder.
CT! Okay. That boy over here playing. I go by CC. CC be in there, chocolate.
Chocolate. So nice that you say it twice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, snaps.
We're playing on a Camaro. It's crazy. Well, the last couple of days have been interesting. Bro, I want to be in another country and listen to how they talk about our government.
Oh, they are absolutely clowning our government, bro.
Very interesting.
They're clowning us, bro.
Because we just recently had our Secretary of Defense call an all-hands meeting and pulled everybody from one-star general up into Quantico, Virginia. In my head, I go, no way. Like, I get it, they're generals, but I do believe they actually have stuff to do.
They actually have things to. They are actually actively protecting the United States from foreign threats, okay?
Yes.
That's what they're doing. And you call them back. Sorry, you got me started. You called them back for them to witness you struggling to do pull-ups. Not even pull-ups. Chin-ups, okay? Okay? Chin-ups. All right? Bro?
Oh my gosh, brother.
I mean, hey, look. I've had a similar experience with my previous employment. So a lot of pointless meetings for absolutely nothing. Nothing was actually happening. We just had some guy up front and he was just talking for hours, bro. Bro, I'll never forget it, bro. I swear to you, we was literally sitting in the meeting from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. If anybody knows anything about anything,
yes,
if you can't say what you need to say in 30 to 45 minutes, it probably doesn't need to be said.
Come on.
Okay? But we used to have 3-hour meetings every Monday.
I don't want to talk to anybody for that long, really.
Well, here's the thing. There was no dialogue. It was just one person just talking. Bro.
Boys over here like this.
The entire time. Or playing Candy Crush.
Not playing Candy Crush is crazy. That's wild. Playing Candy Crush is crazy.
Oh my goodness, yo. But seriously though, I think I really do. I think the egos and the pride on so many people has become so inflated.
Like, bro, that's really crazy. But that has been, in American culture, that has been a sign of strength, of being like to be hubris beyond belief. Like, that's become the thing. It's weird because I've had people tell me, Daniel, why don't you ever talk about the stuff you've done? I'm like, what? I've had people tell me, Daniel, you're not as far along as you could be because you don't talk about yourself enough. I've had people tell me, like, I see people on the internet with much fewer accomplishments than you get much more recognition because they just run their mouth about it. And I go, well, I really just want to cook some good food and go to the crib. All that extra stuff is all that extra stuff. No one really cares in real life.
That's a fact.
But it's weird because it's almost like maybe they do care. Now, I don't care, but like, certain people are really up in arms about Charlie Kirk. Like, legitimately up in arms. People are talking about building statues in the guy's name. And it's just like, wait, what? I can't think of any human.
I'm not. Let me stop right here. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at this man's death. Let's make that 120% clear. Okay. That is one of the dumbest things ever. Somebody being killed for their opinion. Okay. I'm laughing at the fact that people are exacerbating the importance of what he did.
Or maybe because it wasn't on our aisle, like it wasn't in our train of thought, so it wasn't, but no one spoke of him as a revolutionary while he was alive.
Nobody. Like, it wasn't like, yo, this dude, he's over here, he's changing things. America's better, is getting better just by him doing what he's doing.
Yeah, no one, like...
It was not... As a matter of fact...
The president gave him a sentence when was asked about him. He gave him one sentence and then immediately moved on.
Yeah, so
that was bananas.
I'll be honest with you. Nobody really knew who Charlie Kirk was. There was a few people who knew who Charlie Kirk was.
Yeah.
And then he died. And then all of America found out who Charlie Kirk was by default.
Well, that's one thing that's very interesting is that, like, I think a bit of the irony of American politics currently is that conservatives scream about them being censored and their free speech being censored on the internet, but they literally use the internet. Like, they are the loudest voices online. Liberals don't do as much online as conservatives do. Conservative also had the benefit of the Russian state government helping them out, and we know what happened in the 2016 election.
Thanks.
Contrary to popular belief, so I guess they had the conservative minds and literally the third largest economy in the world helping them boost their voices. But like, liberals do the internet bad for the most, and let me not say do the internet bad. They just don't do it as much as the conservatives. And it's just very interesting, like, that the internet, how the social media and stuff is like, I don't know, it's just so weird, bro. When you see that, like, I'm going to be the guy who's on, my voice is the loudest on social media, but I'm going to complain about it. It's like,
yeah, I think that's the part that gets me. Is like the complaining about the other side.
Yes.
It's, and I'll be honest with you, and I would never run for. You could honestly run for president. Or, well, no, you gotta be 35.
Yes.
Yeah. And you are 35.
Yep. I just turned 35 3 weeks ago. I could become the president.
You can become president of the United States. Like, you can literally run for president right now if you wanted to.
Yep.
If you wanted to. You could put, once that ballot comes back ready to go,
Yeah.
you could if Trump did it, this man has no political background, no military background, nada.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody could do it. Literally anybody could do it. I won't do it because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not on Republican or Democrat side. Like I'm just not. I'm not on the side. Like
Yes.
just because, from what I've seen, both sides just take digs at each other.
But that's the thing. It's like we allowed a culture. Dang it, man. The truth is, we allowed the racist actions based on Obama. People didn't like Obama that he was black. I can't tell you how many people who are far less intelligent than I was told me I only voted for Barack Obama because he was black. I go, boy, I've read more books about politics than you. You're going to tell me that as I walk out of my AP government course. Okay. It's not like I don't have an A in the political class and in the history classes. And so we allowed, instead of stopping it, we laughed at John McCain when he said, hey, look, I think some white lady might have said something about Barack Obama being like a Islamic guy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was big back then.
And he was just like, hey, look, I get it. Because they were saying he was a terrorist because his middle name is Hussein. And they're saying wild stuff. And McCain was like, hey, look, he's still a solid guy. Like, I don't like it. I just don't agree with his politics and how we will get our country to the next level. But then we allowed the voice of people to bring up racist rhetoric. And, oh, he's not born here. He's not da-da-da-da-da. And we allowed that to continue to spiral.
Yep.
Okay? And we let Donald Trump be that mouthpiece.
That's a fact.
And I'll never forget that Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina said himself, if we allow Donald Trump to take over our party, he's going to ruin it. The boy said it. I didn't say it. He tweeted it. So it's not a my thing. It's a what he said.
Yep.
So we allowed that to come on about. And it's really weird because the liberals are playing catch up because they didn't go bad-mouthing them back. Mm-hmm. And so it became a thing of like, because I don't think even the liberals don't see their candidates like the conservatives see their candidates.
That's a fact.
Like, legitimately, the man with the sexual assault charges, the 34 felonies, is seen by the Christian groups as the guy who likes God.
The
34-time felon, man who paid off.
Yes.
What were the sins punishable by death in the Bible? Long story short, we don't need to go to it. Was adultery one of them?
Was adultery one of them?
I'm fairly sure. Let's see.
Was adultery? Hold on. I'm not sure if it was, but I know in Proverbs it says if a man catch you with his wife, he gonna kill you. Like that's what. Let me see.
Hold on.
Now I got to find out.
Yes. Under the Old Testament law of the Bible, adultery was punishable by death, particularly in the book of Leviticus and Deuteronomy. However, in the New Testament, Jesus offered a perspective of grace and forgiveness rather than condemnation, indicating that death penalty no longer applies in the Christian context. So, you can read on it yourself. Mm-hmm. From my readings, in the Old Testament, adultery was punishable by death.
Yep. A man commits adultery with his neighbor's wife. Both the man and the woman who have committed adultery must be put to death.
Right. Imagine this. You're in this Twilight Zone world where the guy who committed adultery paid off the porn star.
Yep.
Okay. And then racked up 34 felony.
Yep.
He collected them like Pokemon cards.
Yep.
Is then seen by the church as the guy
Yep.
who's leading the nation to God.
God's man. That bro, I've heard it said multiple times. He's God's man.
It's just,
Hey, look here. We don't know. We're not fully certain of what God is completely doing.
Now I gotta realize one thing. I know all sin is equal. Okay? I get it.
120%.
All sin is equal.
What?
But is homosexuality punishable by death? I gotta figure it out.
that one too.
Homosexuality punishable. It don't even come up.
If a man practices homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman, both men have committed a detestable act. They must both be put to death, for they are guilty of a capital offense.
So listen here. All right. So, what have we learned here? That I guess both sides partake in an acceptance of something that should get you killed by biblical standards?
By biblical standards.
And we're still chucking the Bible and saying this group believes has the ear of God?
Yes.
That's one of the things I've always thought was crazy, that like the Bible is ever thought about as being a thing for one party. Because like, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, just like we talked about beforehand, outside of organized crime, the church is the next biggest. Is the next biggest money
racket?
Yeah, money racket in the U.S.
Listen here, boy. Some pastors are getting up in the name of God.
In the name of the Lord.
They are coming up.
They're coming all the way up, bro.
But whatever, we dip too far in the Bible.
Yeah.
Long story short, this is me as a as a former Marine listening to my officer, or as a guy who's been a subordinate of people. Pulling all of your top-end leaders out of position for your meeting is stupid. To talk about warrior ethos,
yeah,
from a guy we saw struggling to do pull-ups,
facts,
stupid. If you don't want, and it's crazy because I've got people who are in the military, friends. I've got friends. I've got First Sergeant friends. I've got E7 friends. I've got friends scattered about the hierarchy of the military. I don't have any general friends. Do I have any colonel friends? I got a captain friend. At least a captain friend. He might be on his way to lieutenant colonel. But long story short, I've got friends in the military who serve with me. And that's weird. I've got some of my black military friends who feel some of these things, where some of these policies and new changes that are coming to the military are directed at black people. African Americans are known for having what we call shave chits, which is just like essentially saying that you don't have to completely shave because it irritates your skin. I know for me, I never tried to get a no shave chit. I just had a bumpy jaw for forever. I just accepted it. Now, I can understand people I went to the dermatologist. They wanted me to put some kind of cream that thinned out the skin because things were becoming ingrown too much.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I just didn't care. A bumpy face didn't bother me. Now, that's not to say that I need to be the standard, because I can wholeheartedly understand why you don't want bumps on your face all day or forever for this time you're signing this contract.
Right.
But it's stuff like that. We're going to make our generals go back to taking PT tests. That's catch-22. I understand why my 50-some-year-old general is not taking a PT test. If he's running, we were dead a long time ago.
And that's a fact.
If he was picking up and sprinting, we were dead a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're at that point we're probably defeated
now I can't agree on some of the stuff of like
in that battle at least.
yes, I can agree with some of the stuff. I wasn't a big fan of like hijabs being allowed to be worn, any religious garments in the uniform. I do respect the fact that the whole purpose of this military thing is for us to all look the same. I like it that I don't care where you came from, what you were doing, we all look the same. We ain't got no yarmulkes, we ain't got no hijabs, we got covers. And this is what we put on our grapes. So I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I'm also understanding of like, you never know why that Muslim wants to serve. He could be a child that was orphaned by Taliban, insert your Middle Eastern extremist group. He respects his faith, but he's also got some unfinished business. He wants to send some pocket rocket munitions at those people who took his family.
Yeah.
So if you go, I know he cares a little bit more than I joined the military because I didn't want to be broke and I didn't feel like going to college, and I wanted a backing.
Yeah.
I would dare to say random Muslim has a little bit more skin in the game than I do as a guy just coming off the street.
Yeah.
Because I listened to my elders. That's why I joined the military. I would love to be like, I needed to protect my home country and all of that. That is not the truth about me. I didn't develop that attitude after being in there for a few years. That was never my initial intent, was tough guy, protect the world. Never my intent.
Understood. Understood.
So I can understand it both ways. I will lean on the side of I like everyone being uniform and everyone looking the same. Now, this whole we are going to not fight war by fighting war, I'm going to try to sound prophetic, but I'm going to be an absolute idiot.
Yes.
We need to be ready to fight war. I don't know if you notice, and maybe let me speak for the Marines. Those guys are still some very efficient killers, and I love it. I love every bit of it. Okay? All right. I think things are going to get a little bit tougher on women, I guess. I don't know.
It's pretty tough.
Well, as in, like, I think the thought is that we've been allowing women to do things that women shouldn't do, and so we're gonna stop allowing them. Marine Corps has always been one that hasn't been really big on women in combat roles, but some of these women, if you're talking about, you can fly combat sorties in a plane, and a woman can fly those well enough. So are we considering her in a combat role? Because technically those are combat missions. She is flying to kill people. Yeah. So we can't pull her. Her brain is still solid. Yeah. Now, if it's foot infantry, all my 03 guys who are carrying rifles and things of that nature, maybe, just because she's just not going to be strong as a man.
Yeah.
But is that what we're going to do? We're no longer going to be politically correct. Like, I got a homeboy who's saying that, like, one of the things because my military friends are starting to get the briefings from this command meeting, and commands are starting to come back and talk to their guys. I, of course, me being in the military, I want to hear what those command meetings are. I wish I could sit in on one of them. I want to hear what you're telling people.
No, you don't.
I want to see how retarded it's going to get.
You want to be pissed off. That's
what my boy ended up getting pissed off. He had to walk out. One of my homeboys just said, "No, man, this is stupid." Like one of them was something about false allegations. That if someone writes something for like sexual harassment, and the investigation finds that nothing happened, the person who filed it can get in trouble. Yes. If you say that out loud, that sentence is correct. But if you do not cover for nuance to understand that, like, I know me. One of my nicknames was Ura Kid. I know I did things really well. I tried really hard at being a Marine.
Right.
I was offered different levels of leeway when things didn't go. Where's Sergeant Gray at? Sergeant Gray's out doing what? I mean, when I was in the military, I hitchhiked for a Gatorade. Yeah, wild. When they found out, they go, "What?" My commander was like, "Gray, we don't want to know how you got that. We just want coffee." And I said, "I gunny," and I hitchhiked again. Well, at the second time, we got the girl's number, and we just called her back to come pick us up on the side of the road in the middle of the desert. No lie, real story. Okay? And then I went and got his coffee, and he just looked at me like, "We don't know how you do it, Gray." Because I just work really, really hard to get everything done right now. So when you show me up somewhere, I don't want to talk to anybody. I want the work to be done right now. Now, when that work is done, Sergeant Gray after that is a whole nother guy. He's doing whatever he wants to do. Okay? So I say that to say that guy doesn't get in trouble. If you are in the Marine Corps, we say if you're a shit-hot Marine, and maybe that shit-hot Marine was doing some foolishness. I know that the Marine Corps has a problem with sexual harassment. There's a certain type of man that's going to be in an attacking force. They're going to be hyper-aggressive. They're drunks. My favorite group of drunks, as a matter of fact. And so, although I'm not happy, I'm not proud to say the Marine Corps has these problems. What happens if some young lady files a request against Mr. Shit-Hot Marine number 1? Are we going to get her in trouble because they didn't find anything? Who's looking at this evidence? Are we going to be going outside of the unit to do the investigation? If we're going to say that sentence on its own is cool, but what are the parameters of this investigation? Because it can't be the unit. Because if they like the Marine, things are going to get lost. If they don't like the Marine, and I keep saying Marine, if they don't like the service member, he's cooked. So, is there going to be a level of transparency? Becomes the next question.
Okay, so as you were saying that,
yes.
Now I'm going to ask this question right here. As you were saying that, it sounded like the Epstein files, sir.
Brother, listen here.
That's what it sounded like to me. It's just like, hey, yeah, all right. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't get in trouble.
Look, that becomes the thing. I like investigations. I don't think any person should be believed. I don't think any woman should be believed just because she's a woman.
That's a fact.
So I'm not saying that we need to believe her. I don't live in that world. I don't think any dude's gonna, or not many men are going to talk about sexual harassment from a woman because of stigma. I think if you're being sexually harassed by a woman who's somewhat decent looking, in whoever's perspective, as a man, you're gonna accept that and just call yourself cool. But yeah. Do I like that there should be investigations? 100%. I just want to make sure that we're fair to every party involved. And so those are the.
And that's what's not happening.
Yes, and this is the thing. I don't want to hear warrior. Here goes the biggest thing. The biggest thing for me. I don't want to hear you, Pete, talk about warrior ethos within 3 months of you showing. I don't know. Was it 3 months? Let's say 4 months. Within 4 months of you being the Secretary of Defense, your goofy self was texting national security missions and stuff on an unsecure line. Not only that level of
ignorance.
If I had a junior Marine do that, I would touch him. I would have to reach out for him to know that I have power in these hands I have. I might not hit him, but I'll shake him. At the bare minimum, I'll shake him real good.
Whiplash.
Or we'll say, hey, we're going to have, in the Marine Corps, when we want to beat you up, we say, hey, we're going to do MAC training in the dojo. If you piss somebody off, they're just going to beat you up and call it training. And they're going to beat you good. They're going to.
Look, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
In training.
If you're dumb enough to tick somebody off with people who, especially with people who know how to fight.
And sometimes they'll just sick somebody on you.
Look, I got nothing to say.
You can't do anything, and you can't. There's no one here to help you. We're gonna beat you up.
Yeah.
Like that's perfectly reasonable. Okay. Like I like the fact that they won't do paperwork on you. They'll just beat you up. I like that so much better than doing paperwork on you. It's someone putting their hands on you.
There's something to be said with, a black eye.
Yeah.
A broken nose.
A busted lip, a fat lip.
A busted lip. There's something to be said, like.
Man, I don't think the world gets enough of them.
No, they don't, bro. Don't get me started on that. I 120% believe every last human being needs a swift cheek kicking at least 5 times out of their life. You need one for each sense. One for each sense. You shouldn't be looking over there.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be listening to this. That mouth shouldn't be talking like that. Don't sniff that. Don't taste that.
That's
one for each sense. You need your cheeks beat at least 5 times.
That's it.
Okay? Because the fact of the matter is, that's why most of this crap is happening. Because we've got a bunch of people who are in positions they should have never been in because they didn't get their cheeks beat. I'm talking about pummeled. Like you need your cheeks pummeled. I'm sorry.
It's the truth. But anyways, to finish what I was saying.
Bring back bullying.
I don't want
That
some solid kids.
That literally could be a movement.
Bring back bullying.
Bully free zone. No. Bully full zone, okay?
Full of bullies.
We're full of bullies out here.
Yeah, but this guy, I don't think, if you haven't been in the military or done certain things, how much OPSEC matters, right? OPSEC is a cool way of saying operational security. Mm-hmm. The absolute failure of that level of OPSEC by Pete is so inexcusable. Yeah. Not only did he text on the wrong, he got the wrong app that he's texting off of and sending this stuff, but he is inviting friends on his text messages. He's just inviting people.
Yeah, that's prison time.
That is the level of stupidity that is so, it's like so above, like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
that like a human did that
Yeah.
and kept their job.
Yeah.
As if we don't know his job is so incredibly important that we know there's people watching him.
So incredible. So important. Like to the tune of, hey, this man and the information that he holds or has access to
Yes.
could plummet the entire country.
Yeah.
if the wrong hands got it.
Hold of said information. And so it's just like that is the human.
Yeah.
With a complete lack of OPSEC is going to talk to me about warrior ethos. You must excuse me. I want to know what the Marine generals were saying. How many Marine generals was like, this guy?
They all pooped a brick, bro.
I'm sure they were just like, we'll beat him up. I don't know about the other branches. The Marines are just overly aggressive humans for no reason, and I like it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, wow, a guy with a lack of OPSEC. You know what? And it's funny because I've read a report, and I read some reports that they said Pete Hegseth right now is super scared of being assassinated. But he's scared. Run around scared that somebody's gonna take his life.
Wow.
He said, since Charlie Kirk, he's scared. Listen here, brother.
Oh, so
I don't know. Listen here, boss. I don't know. They said a boy is scared. So that makes me go like, what have you done? I wonder how many Secretary of Defense assassinations there's ever been. Let's see. SOD.
I don't.
Assassination. All right. Assassinations. SOD assassination in U.S. history. There's no assassinations of SOD in U.S. history.
It's pretty. I'm pretty sure.
So
You're
he's
safe.
so afraid of being the first one.
I'm pretty sure you're safe, bro.
Brother, no, bro. Now you done some stupid. There you know, like, oh man, we've done some foolishness. Somebody might come get us. I guess I don't know. I'm sure your security detail's ridiculous.
Yeah. For nothing.
We're gonna stop fighting war by fighting wars. Not diplomacy. Not 100% not diplomacy.
Yes.
We're gonna just start fighting so many wars that no one's gonna fight wars with us. Because fighting a war on 2 fronts and 3 fronts is pretty sweet, dude. That's how you strengthen the company.
Spread yourself way too thin.
Leave me alone, guy. You're an idiot.
Spread yourself thin so you can be washed away.
And that's, you know what sucks is so many of those generals are close to retirement. So a part of them is like, we gotta shut up. Because we're right here at the end. We're at the end of the road. So if we make too much noise, do we get ourselves in trouble and lose our pension and stuff?
And that, to me, that's crazy. That's crazy talk.
So like, I don't know,
To
brother.
me, that's crazy work. If you're like, yo, nah, we're not doing that. That's going to get a bunch of our men killed. No.
Yes. Please, generals, do what you keep your. I believe. Please keep your people safe.
That's it. Like,
I get it.
there are certain situations where you just have to do something. Like, you just have to. There's no other solution besides doing the thing. But to listen to it, fool,
I bet you
is crazy work.
I bet you if you start hearing public dissenting voices, I'm willing to bet Marines will be first, or the Marines will have the most. I bet you. Those humans just run their mouth. Or, excuse me, not run their mouth, but those humans will speak up. That's the same reason why Trump didn't like General Mattis and General John Kelly. He didn't like those guys because those guys are going to tell you you're stupid. And what you going to do?
No.
You can't do nothing. You
Nothing.
You really like in a real. There's no level in which you want it with this human. You don't want to fight this human. You don't want to get his guys versus your guys. Because listen here, the sanctity of the legend of Greg Mattis of, you know what I'm saying, be professional, but have a plan to kill everybody in the room. Don't go messing with that human. He's not all right in the head. Okay, he'll come get you.
The fact that he even came up with this statement, bro.
Yes, and then meant it. Okay, hey guys, look, we're gonna be professional, but like, we get it.
And said it calmly.
Yeah.
We're professional, but I got a bullet for every last one of y'all.
There's a plan to kill everyone here. But so
I'll shiv you. I will choke you to death. I'll break your neck. It's all love, though.
But
it's all love until it's not.
That's it. But like, I don't know, bro. That kind of stuff is just like, this makes my head hurt. Like this administration's like, we're gonna bombard you with foolishness, so you don't have one to focus on.
And that's exactly what's happening.
But let's keep working on them Epstein files, guys.
Yeah, let's bring them out. Please.
Yeah.
Somebody get AI on it.
Yeah, every pedophile need to go. But to me, like, I don't know if you guys see the indication of like, if a group is fighting to keep these files, it has to be some really damning information on them.
Oh yeah, 120%.
It must be.
120%.
These guys are fighting with their life.
Yeah.
To stop these files from getting out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, because that daggone thing said that every Republican voted to keep the Epstein files.
So y'all like protecting them.
Oh, yeah.
Pedophilias.
Yeah. 120%.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, I think I've said this before. The only solace I have in all of this is, niggas, y'all will not get away with it. You might get away with it in this life, but boy.
That's it.
When you go to talk to Yahweh, he's going to be like, Yahweh, see you later.
If they have an Epstein list burning, I'm like, can I get tickets, JC? The cheesecake I will bake you will be something fantastic.
It would be exquisite.
But like, I don't even want front row. I know I'll be doing too much. I know I don't rate that, but let me get mid seats. I'll take row 17.
Man.
And
I think the craziest part is like, it's also sad because these people are literally running the country, the world.
And his bestie's the president, bro.
Yeah.
His bona fide bestie.
Yeah.
Is the president.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
So do with that what you will. Whew. Anything else?
I'm pretty sure we could talk about more.
How long we been on it?
Let's find out.
How long we been on it?
They both must die.
Kill them both.
For they are guilty of capital offense. Nip it in the bud. That's what God said.
Hey, get him out here.
Nip it in the bud.
Go on, get it. You got to get him out here. Hey, pack those two up. Do you hear? Yep, pack them up.
Listen to this. If a man marries both a woman and her mother, he has committed a wicked act. The man and both women must be burned to death to wipe out such wickedness from among you. Bro, we couldn't be in the olden days, bro.
Look, Old Testament biblical writings, hey, throw them away. I don't want it here. We let it creep in by giving these people their free will, but they got to know we're not playing.
That's it, man.
We allowed it to creep in. We got to let them know. What you got?
I'm done. I'm done. Let's see where we at though.
I felt like this one might have been a shorter one.
This was only 45 minutes.
Shout out to us. We did 45 minutes. That's cool. That's
45 minutes.
That's sure.
And done.
And done. See you later.
Let's not be retards.